Hey crew, welcome back to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local lightworker. I'm a tarot reader and an astrologer, and today I'm bringing you another flower energy reading. So, if in the past I accustomed you with a string of beautiful rose petal readings, I just thought I would switch it up a little bit and try to divinate and read the energetic patterns in a flower that is really popular at the moment in the northern hemisphere. At the beginning of summer, it's June where I am at, and there are a lot of peonies around. So this beautiful flower has an even more gorgeous name in my own language, which is Romanian. We call them bujori, and it's kind of making me feel of that flush that we get in the cheeks when we are a little bit embarrassed or being very cute. So this flower is super romantic, super soft. It has a very sweet, soft root chakra energy, as one of my crew members described it to me recently when I posted something on Instagram. Make sure to follow me there as well for more insight into this beautiful flower. I do want to say that it borrows its name from the Greek god Peon, who was the physician to the gods on the Mount Olympus. So Peon would usually bandage the wounds of the gods if they suffered any injuries. This is a deeply romantic, super soothing and healing energy, and that was one of the many reasons why I decided to choose peonies as the ones I will be doing the energy reading with. You have two choices here today. I thought I would put some peony flowers. Some of them are dried. Others of them I kept in the fridge for a long time because it's such a fragile flower. I didn't want it to decompose too soon. So you have a choice here between cup number 1, which is this black cup with some very sweet white dots. Polka Dotted Cup, I guess you would call it. And then for group number 2, we have here a red Pisces cup. So this is the cup that I usually drink from. I am a Pisces Sun, and I just thought we would invoke the energies of Jupiter and Pisces as well, since you guys know that Jupiter is taking a small dip into the sign of Pisces, the sign of dreaminess, escapism, illusions, and unconditional love, before it returns into Aquarius after the 29th of July of this year. So, this being said, if you've taken a moment to reflect on which of these two cups pulls you in the most, then I feel I'm ready to proceed with your reading. Okay, so for those of you who are drawn to this polka dotted cup, this is going to be your peony energy reading. These are messages you need to hear at the moment. So open your mind, take a seat back, and listen. I saw the image of a rabbit. I'm getting the sense that fertility is on the mind of a lot of you, fertility issues. There is a feeling here that a lot of you that have chosen this group are very focused on your health. Some of you could be worried that vaccines related to the disease that has created the pandemic at the moment could be affecting your chances for fertility or reproduction. They're not. I feel that you don't need to worry, but you are worrying. Some of you are incredibly sexually aroused, or you're feeling very hot and heavy and hot and bothered. For a second here, I saw a very strongly inflamed female organ. So I feel for the majority of you that are feminine, you are fantasizing about having somebody quench your sexual passion at the moment, or you could be also heavily self-pleasuring. And for those of you that are masculines watching this, you might fantasize about doing this to one of your chosen feminine energies in your life. Some of you are studying at the moment, and I feel that you've got a new set of crayons or colorful Carioca pencils, markers. I just see you purchasing a set of 12 to 24 colored pens. Yeah, a lot of you are very, very creative. You're stitching, sewing, collaging, bandaging. Some of you are heavily involved in creating your summer wardrobe, or you just want to shake things up a little bit. I see that some of you have been taking some clothes to donate them, to distribute them. I'm hearing Goodwill for some of you. I'm hearing charity shops, local donations. But with this group, I'm getting a very strong feminine energy. Yoni energy is very strongly present in this group. Fantasizing, enhancing, focusing on the female organ. Some of you are starting to appreciate that part of your body. Maybe you've been doing some games in the mirror, or you've been trying to not compare yourself to other people, but rather figuring out what is actually beautiful about your sexual part. What makes it stand out? What makes it unique? There's a current of deep love and self-acceptance, self-appreciation coursing through you at the moment. And as you can see, the Yoni energy is super strong. Self-love. A lot of you are graduating in your self-love practice. We hear self-love, encouragements, affirmations in our culture very strongly, especially in the last years. And a lot of us have started on this self-love journey, some of us on a radical self-love journey. Congratulations. I feel that for the majority of you that have chosen this group, especially if you're women, and especially if you are accepting your sexuality after a period of difficulties, loving who you are. Maybe you've been handling your body parts in quite a rough, drastic way, because this is how you've been programmed and taught. My love, I see that you're healing that, or you have healed that, and this is your graduation moment. Some of you might be pregnant with twins. You could have a twin, or you are thinking of twinning with your best friend in terms of your clothes. Oh God, okay. Some of you are in lesbian connections. You're in love with another woman and you are a woman yourself, and you're fantasizing about scissoring with that woman. Some of you are really into yellow at the moment. I don't know why, but this tiny fellow here, this tiny pistil, is making me think of you're decorating with more yellow. You want to bring more of the solar plexus energy in your life, whether this is in your wardrobe or in your home. Some of you might be redecorating a wall in your kitchen, making it yellow. You might be purchasing objects that are yellow for your kitchen or your bathroom. Some of you are purchasing yellow bags, yellow dresses. There is a sense of vitality, ease, and happiness flowing. Some of you are forgiving an elderly female character in your life. I feel that this could be forgiving a female boss, forgiving a grandmother, and even a mother. You could be doing this in person, writing and letting the other person know how you feel, or you could just be doing this by yourself. Writing a letter, then burning it, doing the empty chair exercise, where you basically just sit in front of an empty chair and you tell the other person everything that you've been feeling on your heart. Some of you have been really into your moon rituals, going with the flow with the cycles of the moon, purchasing a moonstone ring or earring or necklace. You're creating moon water. You are purchasing a diary that is absolutely gorgeously decorated, writing down the cycles. Some of you are even taking the practice of dream diary very seriously in this period. I don't know why, but I'm smelling the kind of superficial and artificial cheesiness of Cheetos. Some of you could be eating Cheetos. Or you're lusting for some Cheetos if you haven't had them in a while. Others, I'm hearing broccoli, fish. Some of you have been drinking some white wine recently. You've started to enjoy white wine. If in the past you liked red wine mostly, I feel a lot of you have started to really love white wine. I'm hearing that some of you are into white wine because you recently bleached your teeth. You whitened them. Sorry, not bleached. Whitened them. Some of you could be experimenting with bleach. So maybe you bleached your roots. Some of you could be going towards blonde. I'm getting a sense of those of you who have chosen this group are really into transformation at the moment. You're really like, and you're transforming yourself by bringing more light, brighter, lighter colors in your life, whether it is by whitening your teeth or drinking foods that are more white, or bleaching your hair blonde if you were brunette or brown haired or red haired. There is a strong energy here of purity. The underlying current is purity. Yes, and I'm also seeing a larger number of white petals in your reading than pink ones. I'm seeing M. I'm seeing T. O. P. Yes, and I can even see that these tiny yellow pistils have a little bit stained my blanket. That's okay, it easily comes off. A lot of you, just by me saying that, I feel receive some sort of validation. You're very forgiving at the moment in your life. This Jupiter and Pisces energy is allowing you to forgive and forget. I hear that a lot of you have been saying, that's okay, don't worry about it. Where there is a mistake, you can easily correct it. You're not freaking out about mistakes anymore. A lot of you had a lot of fears regarding perfectionism. You were afraid of failing in the past, and now I feel that there is so much healing coming to the surface, patching up that wound. You're better able now to say with lightheartedness, that's okay. It's not a problem. I'm not freaking out anymore. I know I can handle difficult situations now. I've learned. I'm seeing a C and a B. Some of you have been smoking some things, and again, I'm getting a sense that it's something herbal, something white, something herbal. I see a person on a balcony smoking. Some of you could be French, you could be living in Paris for some reason. Oh God, I just saw this image of a person burping and then the smell of pizza. So some of you could be eating pizza while watching this, or you're fantasizing about really ordering a pizza. I feel the majority of you that have chosen this group, you're very set on improving yourself in this period, but then there are moments, there are hiccups, when in spite of the fact that maybe you've decided to work out, you've decided to change your diet, you've decided to go towards purity, cleansing yourself, bringing this fresh wave of energy into your life, I also feel that from time to time you might have these setbacks. You might be thinking, I said no more drinking, and then you have a glass of wine. Or you might be saying, no more junk food, and then you have a slice of pizza. But I think you are understanding to not be extreme. I think that this is the beautiful lesson at the moment. That's why so much feminine energy in your group. You're understanding how to not be extreme, that you do need to have these setbacks in order to move forward with a very intense physical transformation plan. So you're being more lenient with yourself. You're not punishing yourself. You're not judging yourself. My God, how beautiful. And as you're doing this, as you're doing this, things are shifting. As you're doing this, you're also projecting it onto your world, onto your reality, more love and more acceptance for those around you. Some of you are fantasizing about butterflies, getting a butterfly tattoo, creating a butterfly dress, pinning some butterflies in your hair. You've been maybe traveling to some sort of museum that has butterflies and you've been fascinated with them. I'm hearing the Schmetterling House in Vienna. Some of you could be Austrian. I'm also hearing New Zealand. I don't know why. You need to hear at the moment that Spirit has your back. You might be thinking, I'm so tired of hearing this, but you need to hear it one more time. Spirit has your back. You are not alone. Spirit has your back. I'm hearing you need to repeat this 7 times. 7 is a really significant number. You could be a life path 7, 7 hours from now, 7 days from now. A significant message will be delivered to you in the shape of a person, a DM, an email, a phone call, or just a synchronicity that will be so evident to you. It will help you shift a very negative mindset into one that is more hopeful. I'm hearing white feathers, white bear. So that could be the way in which the synchronicity manifests. Dreamscapes. Some of you will travel to the place of your dreams, or you might visit an art gallery that has as its title or its theme, dreamscapes. Oh, some of you are eating ham sandwiches or ham. I just felt it so strongly in my nostrils. Some of you are also into nuts at the moment, pistachios. In Romania, we would call a type of nuts that comes to my mind at the moment arachide, which, if I'm not mistaken, is just peanuts. But sorry if that was wrong. Some of you are going to successfully pass an exam. I see somebody scribbling and writing down. It's going to be right at the final end. It's like you're entering an examination room. I'm seeing the lined pieces of paper. It's not a math exam. It's not a science exam. It's more of a writing exam. Some of you are passing a language test. And you might feel uninspired or tired when you arrive in the examination room. You might feel overwhelmed or upset about the fact that you might need to wear a mask. Or it might be very hot in the room where you're having this examination. But towards the middle of your examination, you're going to feel so inspired, mostly because you're sitting with this feeling rather than running away from it. You're facing it head on. You're not giving up. You're not walking away. You're sitting with this uncomfortable energy, and all of a sudden, midway through the exam, it transforms and you feel super inspired to write the answers. The answers are coming to you. And you will scribble and you will write up until the moment when the examinator says, put your pencils down, it's over. And I feel like I see you putting the final dot exactly in that moment. You will feel very relieved afterwards, after this examination, and you will pass it. Keep in mind, Mercury is retrograde when I'm filming this. Come back and hear this message again. When Mercury is retrograde, we always need to pay more attention and redo and refocus. We also need to be very slow with ourselves so that we can allow insights to come. They are coming, it's just that they're coming a bit slower. It's like our heads are underwater. Speaking of underwater, some of you are actually swimming or preparing to swim, coming out of the bath, preparing to go into a bathtub. Some of you have finished a swimming session and are now listening to this, and I'm very grateful if you are. I'm hearing desire, forgiveness, pleasure, purity. This is the theme of your Peony energy reading. So that's what I had for you, my lovely, lovely group 1. I really hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know down in the comments if it resonated. Make sure to like this video so that these messages can reach as many people as possible. They might find something useful for them in them, just like you did today, or at least that is my hope. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye, my loves. Hey, group 2. This is for those of you that were drawn to the red cup with the golden fish on it, the symbol of Pisces. So I am getting already the feeling that you could be a Pisces, or Jupiter and Pisces could be strongly influencing you towards choosing this particular pile. You could also be Neptune influenced, so you might have Sun conjunct Neptune, or Neptune on the ascendant. It doesn't matter if it's in the sign of Pisces, but Neptune energy plays out like a very Piscean kind of inspired glow. So I am very tempted to remark on the fact that the little buds that I could find here, the pistils of the peonies that were distributed on my blanket in group 1, actually stained a little bit my blanket, and I am getting a sense that it's a bit messy. So we're beginning with a very messy foundation, and now I'm going to pour your petals on top of this. So I have the feeling that a lot of you are finding yourself at the moment building upon a very messy foundation. I kept hearing, oh, it's a mess and I have to build on this. I also feel a lot of you have been working in the medical profession, those of you that are drawn towards this pile, and you feel like it's so much chaos and such a mess at the moment, what the pandemic has been doing to your workplace. I feel there are a lot of burned out people, a lot of your colleagues that are just thinking of quitting if they have not quit already. There is a sense of instability and chaos. I am here to let you know that you are supported. Things are going to improve. There is a sense of ease coming into this area of life. If you have been working in the medical field in any capacity, from being a janitor in a hospital to being a surgeon, I feel that this group applies to the majority of people that are working in such environments and have been feeling a little bit despondent. Yes, you can build upon a mess. That is not going to say that what you will build will be a messy foundation. I feel that what you are building from the purity of your heart and with the intention to help others and to genuinely be of service is going to slowly replace the mess that was created. So go confidently forward in spite of the messiness. For those of you that are not in a medical environment, I feel that this is about personal relationships. I feel like you are connecting with somebody who has been a mess. Potentially they have been recovering from an addiction program. I have a feeling as well that some of you are dealing with people that have been previously married and they might still be entangled into that connection, or people that you know and your family might set you up with, but there are some issues and complications there. The matchmaking isn't going as smoothly as it should because that person's family has a lot of baggage or a lot of toxicity interfering with your own family. A lot of many different scenarios, but the overall energy is that messiness can be growth. Messiness can mean success. It's just the way in which you perceive it. If you perceive the mess as being negative, whatever you will build or the energy you will put into it is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. It will lead you towards unwanted outcomes. But if you perceive the mess as something creative that you can use in order to build your own castle, to build a new spiritual, economic, emotional, sexual, financial foundation, then this is going to happen, my love. It's all in how you see your current circumstances. Do you see defeat or do you see possibility? I would strongly encourage you towards seeing possibility, because I see beautiful things coming up for you. Some of you could have been given a string of white pearls. Maybe you inherited it from a female relative in your family, or your husband's or your fiance's, your future partner's family is giving you this gift. It could also be a present. Some of you might have had some presents. Ooh, an intruder. Interesting. Okay, another message coming through, but let me finish this. Might have received this as a present from your parents. It could be a family heirloom, or some of you might have just purchased this recently because you always thought that women who wear strings of pearls look very classy and very professional and wealthy, and you're changing your demeanor to reflect that more. This is especially salient for those of you that resonated with having Neptune on the ascendant, an ascendant in Pisces, or Jupiter and Pisces transiting through your ascendant in your first house. Usually people that have Neptunian influences right on top of their rising sign wear pearls or are attracted to pearls, and pearls look very beautiful on them. For some of you, you've been very enamored with a partner. I just saw a very tiny bug here on one of the petals. Some of you have been strongly enamored with a partner, but that relationship has dried out, as you see it here on this withered leaf. That relationship dried out, and you kept holding on to that belief that they are going to be the one. But I have a feeling another partner came into your life, and it's completely spontaneous, and you're attaching yourself so strongly onto this person, like these two petals are attaching one to the other. This is a much more sexually alluring partner. They might not necessarily be as beautiful as your previous partner, but there is something about them that just fires you up sexually so strongly. I feel this person does it. I feel this person opens you up. I feel, yeah, this person hits the right spot. And you have been fantasizing so strongly about this other person. And for some of you, this could be genuinely you wondering whether you're cheating on your current partner by fantasizing about another man, and the others of you are just in a 5D connection and you're thinking, I think I'm finally able to somehow move towards a more 3D reality, and if it's not with the person I've been trying to manifest because they are not forthcoming, it's gonna be with this new person that appeared in my reality, and it's really getting me hot and horny for them. Some of you have been using a lot your umbrellas in this period. It might have been very rainy in the place in the world where you find yourself. It might be unnaturally rainy for a lot of you at the moment. You've been buying those really large bell umbrellas that almost cover your side of the body, like halfway through. And I feel for the majority of you, I'm hearing monsoon season. It could be monsoon season in the part of the world where you find yourself. I'm guessing this might be the southern hemisphere. Some of you have been reading novels. I'm hearing Jane Austen. You've been taking gorgeous Instagram photos of your day-to-day routine, your daily living, photos of coffees next to petals, next to novels, photos of maybe diaries or booklets that you have, photos of old letters and family heirlooms, and some of you maybe of pearls, if you're really getting into pearls at the moment. I'm getting a very strong sense that you are quite into beautifying your surroundings at the moment. I'm seeing the letter S. Yes, S. I'm seeing the letter R. I'm seeing a T, a B, and a D. Some of you bought a car that has a T. Is that a Tesla? I think that is a Tesla. That is the symbol. So I see the T from Tesla. And I'm hearing others of you might have bought a Prius, or you're thinking about buying a Prius. I think a lot of you are thinking about sustainable living options. Some of you are wanting to install solar panels on your house, or you've been doing this as a living recently. Maybe some neighbors in your community have decided to pull some money together so you can install some solar panels and have a different source of energy. A lot of you could be concerned about environmental issues and you're signing up for projects, you've signed a petition, you're thinking about studying. If you're a student, you're thinking about working with an organization that has these sustainable goals in mind. Some of you are from Europe, traveling to Europe, wanting to work on these environmental projects in Europe. I'm hearing German and German Shepherd. Some of you could be German. Some of you might be thinking about getting a German Shepherd puppy, or you already have done so. Wow. Some of you are experimenting with chiffon. You might be sewing it. You might be thinking of creating your own dress. Yes, I'm getting a sense that a lot of you have been inspired, and could be super specific, but a lot of you have been inspired by Ariana Grande's dress, and you've been watching YouTubers like Mikara Tours, for example, who is a seamstress, and you're wondering whether you can reproduce chiffon dresses just like that. This is super specific. Some of you have been drinking quite a lot of coffee and you need to cut down on your coffee consumption because it's giving you a sense of cabin fever. Although I feel that the majority of you are feeling quite frail and vulnerable. You just need to rest more, my love. You don't need to drink more coffee. Rest more, drink more water. Sleep is so important for the majority of you. I am getting a sense of frailty, of I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but you are going to make it. You've just been in a burnout and you haven't realized it. You've not been giving yourself the right amount of rest. And rest doesn't mean only sleep. It also means traveling someplace, removing yourself from your current situation, current conditions. It also means spending more time talking to other people. Some of you could be having Mars or Venus or the Sun in the 7th house. You need other people to activate those planets. Whatever planets we have in the 7th house, those are relational houses. So you need other people to activate that. You need to get in touch with physical people, not only the people that you've been talking to online. I'm hearing Bronte, I'm hearing Emma. Some of you have been reading a lot of old-fashioned novels and you've been really enjoying it. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Some of you have been following Lynn Bachman, her account on Instagram. If I'm not mistaken, I think that she is posting reviews of books. I feel if some of you have been very drawn to this. Some of you need to attend a funeral soon. I'm seeing a corpse shrouded. And I feel that when you'll see the person dead, you might be worried about that, but when you'll see the person dead in their coffin or in a casket, I have a feeling that you're gonna be experiencing such a deep sense of relief and peace because this person will look as if they are resting and that they are no longer bothered by the worries of life. So I strongly suggest that if you're afraid of going to this funeral, to go. It will be a deeply healing, cathartic moment for you. This could be actually a dead relative, a dead friend who is a female. Some of you are into ornithology at the moment. I see a bird here, so strongly represented. You're into ornithology. Some of you have been waking up to the chirpings of some very beautiful birds in your neighborhood, and you've started to you downloaded an app that identifies the chirpings of birds, and you're learning what these birds might be, or you're exploring some things. You've been downloading, purchasing some books on birds. You've been asking some famous people or some people that are maybe, I'm getting a sense that you're friends. Wait, the famous people, no, you've not been asking them. I see some of you watching some documentaries of famous people talking about birds, like David Attenborough. But some of you have been looking at birds in encyclopedias. And I feel that you've been using magnifying glasses as well, or a magnifying lens. Beautiful. Some of you have been really heavily involved in NASA. You've been looking at images of planets. You've been following their feed. And you're really rooting for all the space exploration initiatives that are happening at the moment. I feel you're particularly interested in what Voyager is doing. Or you're tracing back the heritage that Voyage left. Jupiter plays such a strong role in your life at the moment. It is bringing stability. The brown I see as representing stability, and especially romantic stability. A lot of you will get a declaration of love. You will get a letter of love. A lot of you will have a deeply healing moment with a past partner, an ex that hurt you and is coming back to say, I'm sorry. This might not necessarily be a situation where you continue something with this person, but just that I'm sorry will feel like honey to your heart. It might make you cry. Some of you could cry. Some of you have been eating some chips or nachos. I'm hearing the word cacahuete. Some of you have been watching, really binge watching a lot of old-fashioned Hollywood movies, maybe even some European French movies from the Nouvelle Vague. I feel that it's so comforting for you to watch a black and white movie, especially if it's been raining in your region and if you had some gloomy, dark skies. There is a tinge of hope and passion and comfort when you watch those movies. Some of you are really into whiskey. You might have been drinking some whiskey before going to bed just to help you. Or I'm getting a sense some of you could be Scottish, or you might be traveling to Scotland, those of you that picked this pile. Yeah, I'm getting a sense some of you are moaning or have been moaning. Like almost like a whimper. Some of you have just finished a workout. Some of you are releasing old pain, old romantic pain. You're finally purging and letting it go. Some of you have been painting or drawing this into being. You've been drawing to distract your attention from your romantic disappointment. Some of you have been painting your feelings on canvas. A lot of you are thinking about your wedding. You're planning it. Even though you might not have been asked in marriage, you're planning it. You're drawing up some inspiration mood boards. You might have signed up for Pinterest. You're collecting images. You're putting everything together. I'm seeing a sea. I'm seeing an angel. You have a guardian angel by your side. I feel this is Gabriel. Gabriel is the guardian angel that rules over Mercury zodiac signs, such as Virgo and Gemini. We are in a Mercury retrograde energy at the moment, and it is taking place in the sign of Gemini. So I feel that some of you might be Geminis or ruled by Mercury, and I'm just here to let you know that if you're worried about the state of the world, if you're worried about your own mental health or a state of your heart, you're protected. You will not slide into any issues. That is just a fear that you need to face and overcome. You are protected. A guardian angel is by your side. Some of you could be thinking about going to church, taking up some sort of religious routine that you had prior to the pandemic, maybe going to church every Sunday. You're thinking about doing that again. Some of you got recently vaccinated and you're really excited about the possibilities to travel. Some of you might want to travel to Cancun in Mexico. Some of you might want to travel to, oh God, I hope I can pronounce this. I see it. Aokigahara in Japan. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm not sure if that is a city or a region. The Aokigahara prefecture in Japan. That's what I see. Yeah, some of you have been reading Japanese writers. Haruki Murakami, Kafka on the Shore. You really, really enjoyed it. It blew your mind. It opened your mind to something completely different. Some of you are taking Swedish lessons, or you're really into Swedish actors, Swedish food, Sweden in general, while others are into Chinese culture, Chinese languages, Chinese food. You're trying to understand the differences between the many different dialects. This could resonate for those of you who are into Japan because the Japanese alphabet was created on the back of the Chinese one. That is the ancient one. Some of you have been dreaming of an old woman. There's an old crone appearing in your dreams. Don't worry, this is not a witch. This is not a ghost. This is, I think... Give me a second to tune in. Who is this? I think it's your future self giving you insights. It's the essence of your future self, the wise, experienced future self. You don't have to be a man or a woman necessarily. It appeared as a crone because it's a deeply healing, witchy energy. Some of you are going to reach states of deep enlightenment in this lifetime that no other generations have done that before. I'm looking at you, Pluto and Sagittarius. Some of you are going to fall in love very soon. You're meeting your soulmate. Oh. But there might be some setbacks. You saw me. You saw me trying to bring it closer to the camera. There might be some setbacks related to the fact that you guys might not see each other clearly to begin with. Neptune might be confusing the situation. Neptune and Pisces at the moment. But ultimately, you guys will come together. And it won't be too long between the moment of the misunderstanding and the moment when you guys are going to admit your feelings to each other. I'm hearing 3 to 6 months. But you're meeting your partner soon. This summer, this week, if possible. And I think on that beautiful note, I want to end it here. A lot of you might see a white dove very soon after watching this reading. A white dove might actually float next to your window, which is a sign of a divine blessing coming in your life. And I really hope this comes true for you, my loves. I really hope you've enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please like this video as well so that it can be shared with as many people as possible on YouTube, because I do want these messages to reach a large collective. Who knows, they might find something comforting or creative or inspiring in these messages. That is my hope and my intention. Okay, that's it for me for now. Hope to see you in my next one. Bye, my loves.